Hey, what's going on? This is Evan Marsh and CEO, founder of Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group. And yeah, as you can see, I'm all over the place as far as business and, what I'm saying, strategies and, longevity of companies while meeting the bottom line and protecting the overhead. And, I'm just an expert at this stuff. So this project is about violent video games and the system. And you know, we're gonna analyze all these different perspectives from the utilitarian perspective, the rights perspective, the fairness perspective, and the common good perspective, and the virtue perspective. So I know I'm speaking a foreign language to some of you. So just hear it and apply it to any business that you may have going because, when you're dealing with these different types of businesses, it's important that, you understand, why some people are receptive to information when others aren't. Like, for example, when I'm working for large corporations and I'm on the followers end and I'm listening and having to follow orders, is different than being the manager slash boss who's telling someone what to do and why. So, I'm a new generation businessman. I'm one of the future greatest businessmen, and I have to prepare as such. And, that I rap, but at the same time, I'm a consultant. So my rapping, is a form of brand ambassadoring for music and and different types of things. Like product placement and stuff like that. So this here is mainly about video game violence, but video games is a part of the entertainment business, and we're going to analyze, what's going on and how to put solutions and remedies toward it. The utilitarian perspective is you see a shot here where it says possible to conceive of situations where benefits breaking the law exceed harms. Suppose give penniless, forbidden, bedridden friend copy a CD. Friend benefits by $15 CD. I benefit by $10. Satisfaction of helping friend. Harms of $0. No lost sale. No police involvement. With $25 of benefit with $0 of harm, action is determined to be good. So yeah, like being an artist and with this whole utilitarian perspective, it's very easy to, you know, have no police involvement and have a lot of different things going on. So, uh, in the midst of this, I say make a decision, get on your side and stay by it, and don't be switching sides, because the things that we do, they have technical terms. Okay. And so, you know, a lot of this stuff has been done before by someone else in history. So, we can come up with new ideas and stuff. And yeah, some of us are game changers, in which I, recommend that you be, a game changer, new music, new films, I mean, Transformers, and Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim isn't Transformers. It didn't do as good as Michael Bay Transformers as Steven Spielberg, but still, it was an awesome try. So like with the choices, it's like choosing between, do you want to hurt a lot of people, or do you want to, if you're going to make the move, do you want to hurt a lot of people or the lesser? So to get something done. Okay. So like, you know, make good music, and I You know what I'm saying? I woke up in the morning, grabbed my gun, and slapped the clip in. Violence and danger, I'm coming to rearrange it. You see what I'm saying? Now, versus I got a slingshot, I put a styrofoam puffy ball. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna get hurt with a styrofoam puffy ball if it's hard enough. So would you rather rap about slingshots and risk your album sales, or would you rather rap about toting guns and heavy metal, making destruction and hurting foes? On my ops, I'm busting. I pray to God you call the cops. I'ma shake them haters too. You know what I'm saying? But then, but still the rule is no police involvement. So, you know what I'm saying? So be careful around here. The utilitarian perspective is the greatest good for the greatest number theory. You know, what I was just saying about what was explained in the diagrams before this. You know, so playing violent video games are more dangerous than violent television shows because the video games are more engaging and interactive, which means you're involved in these video games and it kind of, coerces you to be able to, grab a sniper rifle and go scope out some of your foes and your ops. So, and that's kind of illegal. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And the problem is that 90% of children play these video games. That's a lot of children playing these violent video games. So, from a utilitarian perspective, what can be done to focus on making children more nice? Nice children. You know what I'm saying? So, I was thinking that like with the video games, perhaps put some nicer music. And you never know. Put nicer music. Don't have guns playing heavy metal rock and roll. I don't know. That's just an idea. But I think that education on communications and policies on bullies should be applied to schools and colleges. Explaining like, hey, bullying is, this or that. You got bullying, and then you got the snitching, and if you're telling, you're probably sometimes in some instances the bullying can increase. You know what I'm saying? A self-defense class, take a karate class in case players try to get silly. You know what I'm saying? Hit first and hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Or toughen up and deal with life. That's society. That's the way it works. Be weak and you die. You know what I'm saying? So that's what society is. And, but it's going to take some kind of education on some kind of part to get these types of things, distributed out amongst the societal members. All right. And more detailed information in the curriculum about mental health issues, i.e., voices and other situations on stress relief. Again, this is going to take the work of some highly intelligent, smart people, okay, that can tell you, hey, man, hey, how y'all doing today? If you're hearing voices, let's talk about it. I'm not here to, make you feel bad or, if you talk to people, man, are you hearing voices? And, and I think that the people in power should be, should be informed of the things that goes on, in reality, because, I don't know. You got to be careful around situations like this. But you're going to need a smarter force of leaders. You might be good, but you might not be on a proper task. You see what I'm saying? You might be good, but you might be better somewhere else. So I'm not downing anyone, but people that are really educated by some real people that know what's going on should be placed in power, to where they would have an influence, to where they could say that, because you have all these situations, when I'm working with different companies and stuff, I'm trying to keep this as close to the entertainment business as possible. But, I see a lot of businesses, whether it's mental health business or whatever business, whatever industry, you have pretty much people learn by where they mess up at. So you're pretty much battling not to be that person that the mistake is made on. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to be that person that, well, I'm not going to do that again. Well, I'm not going to tell them that again. Hey, put all your money over here in Oracle. Boop. Well, the market bottom fell out. Well, I ain't going to tell nobody else to put no more money nowhere. You see what I'm saying? There's too many, I think, you know what I'm saying? So you get the point. All right. So yeah, like I said, if you're hearing voices, don't listen to them. You can, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I've been trained in the military. So like yeah, uh I don't know if I hear any voices, but they better say do a good job and get everything finished and pay your bills and make some money and feed yourself. So whatever voice I hear for that day, when I translate it in English, that's what it means. I don't care if I heard something in French. Pretty on one, get a burger and go talk to them hot chicks. Yeah, go grab a gun and do. Girls don't. Girls, I'll show a girl how to shoot a gun. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it on a date. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be part on the leadership, and it's gonna be part on the grasshoppers trying to get into society to know what's really up. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, I think more emphasis should be put on what goes on outside of school. You know what I mean? Like, some people could be going through things at home, I mean, finding out if it's true or not. Not enough people are, saying talking to each other to see, it's me, mine. Help me, help me, help me. I don't need no more. Go away. You know what I'm saying? There's too much of that, People, you're trying to be accepted by somebody and somebody don't know no better, trying to tell you something's wrong with you and they're dumb from the first jump. That's a problem. And I'm pretty glad that I'm having this discussion because, I classify myself as cultured. You know what I mean? By cultured, what I mean by is learning respect. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to conversate, learning how to say what's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Learning when to ask questions and be like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You good? You okay? I love you. What's wrong? No matter how crazy it sounds, I was in a position one time and I'm talking to this guy and he told me he was flat out Satan. And he was like, hey man, what's up? Hey, chilling, man. Man, who is you? What you do? I'm Satan. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? When he said that, the hair stood up on the backside of my neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, yeah, and we pretty much had a conversation of his beliefs. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people are running this planet saying that they're the Lord of Darkness, aka Satan. But the guy scared me. Senseless. You know what I'm saying? I sat there and talked to her for a little while, but I got up and, you know what I'm saying, yo, watched the TV or something, got on the phone or something. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff he sounded, and by judging by what he was saying, he pretty much believed it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know what I'm saying, ran into, you know what I'm saying, mass chefs of drugs that know how to cook up different drugs and make these things. And, the perspectives are different. I'm not saying that these are cool occupations to go into. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying, that there's a right way to do things. And it is some work to know when to do these right things and how to do these right things. You know what I'm saying? We got too many bad people. Not bad people. I don't think nobody's bad, but I think some people could get misguided. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Play games and mind games, and then you got the narcissists, then you got the people who like to pimp, then you got, you know, say all these personalities of, I mean, dude, literally, there are some people that don't feel they can eat unless they play somebody out their chips. I mean, yeah, I make a good movie like Transformers and you go pay $8 to $12 to buy a ticket. Yeah, that's a good move, but not at the downfall of another person, hustlers and pimps, you know what I'm saying? So pimps and narcissists, you know what I'm saying? The mind games, yay. I welcome mind games. So, you know what I'm saying? And yo, this is the creative industry. This is the creative industry. We don't have to lift a finger to make a move on you. So, yeah, I think that more emphasis should be put upon what goes on outside of school. You know what I'm saying? Little Timmy at the house, cousins selling drugs, shooting guns, and you playing scoping games, and you run into some other people, and you know what I'm saying? Yo, you end up outside shooting or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I believe police need paychecks. I believe that prisons, you know what I'm saying, need funding and maybe more. And, I believe in, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, society has a place and role for everything that goes on. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on whether or not you want to be involved in it is the question. But, I'm not into this industry because I'm a rapper and business consultant. And so I'm here discussing violent video games and the society from these different perspectives. And I think that, 4 minutes and 32 seconds, it or something, 49 milliseconds, 51, 52, 53, but yeah, I'll try to make this quicker, but yeah, this is very important. The things that we talked about, because all these components that revolve around society, it's very important to know, where you want to go, where you want to end up, for the greater cause, have a purpose, write it in your lyrics, write it in, have, pre-K, I don't know, sit up in there and talk to them and be like, hey, what's going on, and pay attention. I just think that a great group of people, a lot of people, they don't care, and yeah, they don't care. And I mean, the Bible says you're supposed to be your brother's keeper, but a lot of people don't see it like that. It's all about me. What am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna survive? I don't care about how you feel. I don't care what happened to you, as long as I'm surviving. And I mean, that's the natural way, because, and on the flip side, you got people that will take, and just go around pimping people by their pity, results, and getting results. Hey, say, hey, man, what's going on, man? This guy over there, man, that girl over there, man. Saying girls are, my boyfriend kicked me out. My boyfriend is just a mean person. My boyfriend did this. And the whole time, she ain't tell you the part where she was cheating, going to the club, lying, smashing on neighbors or something. And she ain't never, you know what I'm saying? And people get one-sided, then it's trouble. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then people want to talk about free speech. So what side of the spectrum is the issue at? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is going up to about 2 to 10 million people. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, you like it, share, subscribe, and yo, evanwrekn is the greatest orator you ever heard. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no business page about, you know what I'm saying? This is about real stuff and hustling and, you know what I'm saying, getting more stuff done. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you like this, man, what's today? Sunday is evanwrekn. Oh, sorry, Jesus. Well, give me a day out the year that's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? Make a holiday of me. Like Martin Luther King or something. You know what I'm saying? evanwrekn Day. Evan Marsh Day. You know what I'm saying? You better be hustling, nigga. You feel me? You don't know what to do? Figure it out and make it up as you go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think that more emphasis should be put upon what goes on outside of school. So, hey, if you're going down there to the corner store and you see guys out there shooting craps and making money and packing guns and selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, and you're what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and you see this get ingrained in your as a norm to you. And once you get up in age and still preteenish and juvenile-ish, you'll revert. You don't know what you're reverting back to, but you're reverting back to what you saw, and it might been reinforced by large amounts of cash and and stuff like that, shiny stuff and nice cars and hot people. You know what I'm saying? You might say, whoa, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. But I see all the money. You see what I'm saying? This is where perspectives start influencing people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to hear nothing you trying to say. I'm hungry and I need some money. And you know what I'm saying? And so everything has a purpose, So like I said, with the violent video games and stuff, you got your stop bullying, you gotta emphasize this bullying and stuff, people getting shot, and you got all these people marching down in Washington, and you know what I'm saying, I mean, dude, go look at some episodes of Judge Judy, and look at the court cases where children's involved. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, why you didn't say that when it was time to say that? You know what I'm saying? Why do you say that when it's time to speak up? And people over here believe in all these different ideals. And hey man, you shouldn't have been over there in the man's yard messing with the man's dog and got bit. The dog didn't run out the yard and bite you. All right? And no, we're not going to pay your medical bills. You've been throwing rocks at the dog for the last 3 weeks. He got off the leash and bit you. Stop. Read a book. Play some video game. Play Candy Crush or something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the rights perspective. Free speech should be censored. Free speech, should be censored. Yes, free speech content can have negative effects, like within this video game realm. I don't think a majority of people, I'm sure there's more shootings, but I think video games will make you comfortable while you do it, but still somebody gotta push you to that level. And you know what I'm saying? And it's very hard to speak on because every situation is something different. So I can't even begin to say how to remedy this stuff, but people got to eat. There's some people that like to, they went to school to make video games and, education on guns, you know what I'm saying? And majorly the bullying campaign, you know what I'm saying? Because you have a gun over here saying, if you squeeze me, bad people will go away. You know what I'm saying? People are under the impression like, yo, I shoot this cat, you know what I'm talking about? And then versus you actually shoot the cat and be like, man, I shouldn't have done that shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's when that fine-tuned education comes into play of people who know what's up and what's going on that can really have some kind of influence. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody just cares about themselves. If a teacher is supposed to go to school, you know what I'm saying, and teach some students about, you got your good teachers, but they're so good. They can't, they're so good at telling you English, history, language, math. But at the same time, sometimes people need, life training. And you got to be able to go in between that. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, I would love a Pulitzer Prize. Yes, I would love a Grammy. Yes, I would love an Oscar or the Nobel Peace Prize or something by this. So, yeah, evanwrekn for the Pulitzer, some stuff like that. All right, the media companies in full control and responsible for what is aired and in mass displayed, to society. People can't, you already got the idea. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, I don't think you should be putting any and everything on TV. Yeah, no freedom for hate speech, you know what I'm saying? It's still free speech, but like I said, bullies out there. And some bullies get away with it and into their adult lives be bullies. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting down in I was at a tire shop a few days ago replacing my tire on my car. And I'm sitting up in there with this woman that looked like a little bullyish. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Hey man, my son." He said, "What you do?" I was like, "I'm a rapper." Well, I didn't tell her I was a rapper, but everybody else knew but her. people were like, yo, you talking to the man right there. So everybody started moving around and say what she was going to say. You know what I'm saying? Well, my son, he's a rapper. And she said, you want to hear some of his music on YouTube? I was like, yeah, these guys on there. Man, I got cocaine. I got guns. I be selling drogas. Fuego. What up? You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the lyrics, but she showed me and they was on there slanging drugs, doing coke, speeding, you know what I'm saying, drinking, cursing, saying explicit, you know what I'm saying, just rude stuff. You know, I'm sitting here like, yo, dude, number one, I don't want to do that to you. Number two, all that damn coke you see, boy, that's damn 5, 10, 15 years in pen behind that. So I told him, man, yo, I backed up off of that. And it's free speech. You know what I'm saying? Them hip hop police get up on there. Free speech. Yeah. So I just told her, man, yo, I didn't. And then when I walked out, everybody like was like, did you know who you were just talking to? And you were like, what? Well, here, he the man. And whatever you said, whatever you think your baby's gonna go do, it ain't happening. That's what the other people responded to her before she left out the tire shop to go get in her car and go back to her, you know. Dude, I think that, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't want to hear no dudes, hey, what's up? Suck my wiener. Suck my wiener. Suck my... I'm like, yo, bro. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I mean, how many... If you would put some tracks like that on, now you know what I'm saying? You tell me, would you do it? You be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that right now. I'm sitting up here trying to get my tire changed, spending money. I got to go through $100 to replace some tires and tint. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my car. Man, hell no, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I was saying, Pallet proposed that a community perspective be added to predominantly individualistic perspectives in accounting. Corporate social responsiveness as an expression of fairness involves identification, measurement, and disclosure where necessary of the social costs and benefit of a firm's economic activities. You know, I don't know what that means, but I think that you really needed to hear that right now. And yes, fairness perspective. And yes, social accounting. Okay, so watch this again, put it in repeat, put it in your playlist, and get some knowledge somehow. And I mean, dude, there are some artists out there that be Percocet Molly's is so delicious. I pop one, you know what I'm saying? I eat fast food and it tastes great. I like a milkshake. You see what I'm saying? There's some good music out there, man. But I'm just saying, like, if you ain't got that hit, or you about to get the hit, still, corporate social responsiveness as an expression of fairness involves the identification, measurement, and disclosure where necessary of the social costs and benefits of a firm's economic activities. Now you figure out what that means, okay? And slap it next to fairness perspective. Okay? Yeah, and like I said, fairness, social accounting, yeah, all right. Fairness perspective is balance what is fair among many stakeholders. Efforts to competing interests to bring to a mutual understanding. Ethics models should be used to orchestrate this endeavor. Voting. Largest percentage, yes, gets the move. So with these violence and, you know, this whole societal, you know, thing, you know, what you feed into, you're going to get more of. Okay? You're going to get more of. And I think that, I don't know if it should start in college or, you know, preschool or middle school or elementary, but somebody got to get open in dialogue and start understanding like what's going on or something, man. Because, you know, you got your politics, you got your society, and you got your free will, you got your free speech, and it's easy to get lost in all of this, which you can't do. You understand? So yeah, you balance what is fair. Okay, efforts to competing interests to bring to a mutual understanding. You know that again. That this is why I deserve the Pulitzer Prize or the Nobel Peace Award, You know what I'm saying? This is why I deserve this, okay? Because of this perspective that I'm coming from is really, really so cool because, I didn't understand the depth of what it was that I be saying to people, but obviously when I got around a bunch of doctors, they had me training college kids at the nearby college, telling them these things. I didn't know how to put it to you, but this is the type of stuff I didn't know what I was talking about, but what I just explained to you is what I was basically telling these college students. There is, voting. Largest percentage, yes, gets the move. You got money on the table, you call some shots. All right, common good perspective. Content has a major effect on a community. Outcomes should be entailed that a community has positive outlook in the near future. Demographics and genders and yearly income has a major influence on these results. Politics, i.e., prison, police, schools, and hospitals. You know, yeah, efforts to compete in interest to bring to a mutual understanding. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. And there's a cool diagram right there to read in case you're lost in all of this, and get you a positive CSR strategy and understand that I have a book for sale that I would like for some of y'all to go and buy. Yay. All right, the ethics triangle. Principle, rule-based perspective, service, virtue ethics. You know what I'm saying? Ethics of care, compassion, love, and sympathy, caring, fairness, social intelligence, uh, transcendence, flourishing, positivity, intelligence, mindfulness, self-control, virtue perspective, competition, overhead, the artists, media companies. This is very experimental process, may work, may not. So risk of losing profit. It boils down to, a lot of people saying, it boils down to a lot of people saying, hey, if you don't make this video game, if you don't make this song, if you don't make this film, somebody else will. And do you want to, not have as much money if you didn't make Transformers Part 7, saying the last day of Earth when the Autobots and the Decepticons fight each other and self-detonate a Energon cube, and then at the end of the movie's nothing. Optimus Prime floating through outer space saying, well, it's time to go back to Krypton. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to make the movie. So, if you're going to be making this money with all this stuff, man, if you're going to be talking about, yeah, I popped a whatever and done this, and yo, go give some money to a drug rehab center. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about anything, go give money to the people that have been affected by it. You know what I'm saying? Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The art personified life, and people thought it was cool to shoot cops. Guy killed 2 police officers. And said, yeah, man, I was, what I'm saying, chiefing, and then Tupac, I listened to Tupac CD and say, if you on Pac, drop 2 cops. You see what I'm saying? On Pac, drop 2 cops. Use how I did it. So, you know what I'm saying? There is influence in these words, in these games, in these situations. Engagement. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's in there, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, get my book and read it and be like, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, for me to be able to engage y'all properly, y'all gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, load up on my book. I'm gonna need 1 million copies of them books sold on Amazon. I'm gonna need 1 million of them sold. I know you see that Cash App, $evanwrekn. I'm gonna need you to fill that up with money. I'm gonna need, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need that. And to be able to put these types of ideas out there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to talk down on nobody. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting a perspective out there that can, obviously I know what I'm talking about because doctors said psychologists took me to teach college classes for free.